ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Folkestone Auto Supply, located at 4439 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, is owned and operated by the Dasher family. They have everything you need bumper to bumper for domestic and foreign car parts. Big truck operators, they have you covered as well with belts, seals, hoses, welding supplies, and so much more. They even have lawnmower parts, blades, and accessories. Stop by today and see the whole crew. Miss Joe, Pam, Little Sammy, Stephen, Dylan, and Big Sammy himself. It's Folkestone Auto Supply. Welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. It's Telfair County Week. Here I'm Adam Bell for Charlton Sportsnet, along with head coach Rich McCorder of the Charlton County Indians. Coach, we had a big game last Friday, 28-0. We shut them out. Started a little slow, but it ended up great.
It really did start off slow. It was a long trip up. The second big trip we've made in the last couple of weeks, big long trip to Turner County, and then turn around a couple of weeks later, big long trip to Wilcox. We came out in pregame, just had no fire about us, and really was not doing well, and then came out and really carried over to the start of the game to where we really started off slow, sloppy. Even though I think the very first offensive play we had a penalty on before we even snapped the football, had a couple 3-and-outs, 3-and-punts, so just really didn't get things going until AJ broke a long run, got the scoring going, and I think that was really it for the first half was that as far as scoring. I don't think there was any scoring in the first quarter, and then we, like I said, finally got some things going. AJ Bell, led us in rushing and led us in passing, of course, our quarterback, but he ran the ball 12 times for 117 yards, 1 touchdown, and then threw 2 touchdown passes, both of them to Raquan Anderson, with 11 completions for 145 yards. He was able to hit 7 different receivers, which was good. The only thing that really stands out that's good for us is, 18 first downs along with only 8 for them. Way too many penalties, 12 penalties for 130 yards, which seems like, that's, I hate to go there, but when you play on the road, your penalties are always going to be high. That's just the way it always is. You can look at the stats all the way back days. You're always going to see high penalty yardage when you're on the road compared to when you're at home. The defense did a great job stopping the run. They had 32 attempts for only 62 yards, and they had 15 attempts in the passing game for 4 completions, 1 interception for only 31 yards. So defensively, really proud of the job our guys did. We had an interception by Saquon Clark, a quarterback sack by Preston Lynch, and then the leading tackler was Travis Ray with 7.5 tackles. Good job by those guys, and it's good to get out of there with a win. Start off slow the first half, got things going, started completing passes, getting runs off. Defense was getting the ball back for us pretty quick. So second half was good. First half was just sluggish and slow, getting things going. So hopefully we'll put this one behind you. Anytime you win a game on the road in this region, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Even if you play poorly but yet get a win in this region on the road, or really even at home, it's a good thing. You move on to the next one.
It was a good win. I'm glad we were able to get out of there with the 28-0. The defense played fantastic. I know you just went over that. Second shutout of the season for the Tribe on defense.
Second shutout, second shutout in region play, which is really good. It's been a while since we've had a shutout, especially in region play. So really good at the job they're doing. Coach David Pender, defensive coordinator, along with Gabe Wittenberg and Norris Woods. Those guys do a great job each and every week getting our defense lined up, ready to go, and really proud of the job they did.
Coach, I have some highlights from the game from Wilcox. I also have some B team stuff. We'll get that a little bit later. We'll go over Wilcox right now since we're talking about that. This is the first touchdown, the 50-yarder in the first half.
This is a run read for us. It's of course, we're running jet. You can see we're running the jet sweep to the left, which is the play called. But you always have you always hear of RPOs, run pass options. Really, we have RROs, run options, and this is a run option for us, to where AJ is going to read the backside defensive end or outside linebacker in this particular case, and if he feels he can pull it, and down the bottom, Devin Snowden knows that that's the case. He knows that could happen, so he go ahead and he'll engage with the defensive back, which the defensive back makes it a little easier, being he's in man coverage and he's also jamming us, which we like as far as in the run game. We can get on them quick, and it really hurts their run support. Anytime you run press coverage, you have a chance to run by it in the run game, which happens right here. So everything worked out good. AJ just did a super job. You can see the speed AJ has, which is really a great credit to him and our track program. We have a lot of guys running track now that are getting so much faster. And right here you can see AJ just really takes off with it, outruns practically the whole defense, along with a great block by Devin Snowden at the bottom.
All right. This next one is the first touchdown of 2 for Raquan Anderson.
Both of his touchdowns, I believe, came off pretty much the same play. It's a shallow route, and of course, there's some combinations in this. We have a dig coming from the backside, which really gets knocked off. The dig doesn't get there by the wide receiver, and also a post slant type route by the F receiver, but. Raquan just runs a great shallow route, a lot of speed in it, runs away from his defender. The coverage wasn't terrible. I think the throw was really good by AJ. The catch was really good by Raquan. They, of course, pulled away from the defense, did a great job on this particular play.
This next one is the second touchdown to Raquan after we had a running touchdown get called back, a rushing touchdown. This is at the other end of the field.
Yeah, it really is the same,
half, or third quarter rather.
The same exact play for us, and just a really good route by Raquan again. Earlier in the game, we did hit the dig off this, which I was glad of that we hit the dig, and of course we run the smash routes off this. And the smash and the dig routes are really two of our favorites. It's two that we really work on. Today we worked a lot on the dig route, getting the dig route set up off this. Also the smash route, throwing the grass, worked hard on that also. So, I know that if people are going to pick this, they're going to pick this up. You'll see Telfair run actually like a zone blitz where they'll actually drop the nose guard and pick this thing up. So we got to be ready to hit the dig. We got to be ready to hit the smash routes also, especially if we're getting some press coverage. The smash routes we really like, press the opposite shoulder, break to the opening, and right here's a good throw, good pickup by Raquan.
This next one is Tony Cobb, freshman, right?
Freshman running back. Tony he's having a great B team season. Really someone who we knew was a good athlete and has started to develop. I think if Tony could put some muscle on him during this off season, he's going to compete for probably a corner position next year, and probably compete for a lot of running back time also. He's really a fantastic athlete, really good kid. Tony Cobb, he's number 20. On Thursdays, you don't know what number he's going to wear because his B team jersey got shredded in a B team game a couple weeks ago, so we just put on whatever we have on him for B team. But on varsity, he's wearing 25. He's actually worked himself on to the kickoff team because of his speed. Very good hard run right here. Finishes the run off for his first high school varsity touchdown.
All right. Speaking of Tony, here's B team from Thursday night, Coach, against Ware. what we thought was the go-ahead touchdown. Well, let me bring the right one up. There it is. And
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter, it's 16-14 us, a chance to put the icing on the cake and get this thing over with. Tony makes another hard run. He's wearing number 16 here. It's a jersey we had that wasn't tore up. Good blocking by the offensive line, and he punches it in for a touchdown to go ahead. And then Ware County came right back on us because of a short kickoff and scored and took the lead. And then the next highlight you have here is going to be with just a few seconds to go in the game, the winning touchdown in this B-team game. A very exciting B-team game. Pass from Connor Nelson. Great pass by Connor Nelson. He's just getting better all the time. To Keyshawn Williamson, great kid, a kid who's playing a little bit more on Fridays, you're starting to see, but a great job by both of them hooking up right at the end of the game for the winning touchdown. We're actually I think there's only 2 plays left after this, the kickoff, and then they had 1 play, and that was the ball game right there. But very, very, very good throw by Connor, and great catch by Keyshawn for the game-winning touchdown. Really want to encourage people to come out to B-team. We have 3 more B-team games left, 2 at home. We have 1 this week against Pierce County. Hopefully we'll have a big crowd on Thursday. These B-team games have been a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of scoring like you're seeing, and a chance to see these kind of the Indians of tomorrow, if you would.
that was a crazy game with the B team, wasn't it?
It sure
Back in
was.
those last 3 minutes, I think there was 4 touchdowns scored in 3 minutes.
Yeah, it took the entire B-team game to hardly score, and then in the last, like you said, the last 3 minutes, I think there was 3 touchdowns scored. So you got to stay to the end.
Makes for great viewing. Might pull some gray hairs up here, but it makes for great viewing.
It was a great job by those guys.
All right, Coach. Our senior spotlight this week is number 73, Ryan Andrews.
Ryan Andrews is a young man who's done a great job for us on scout team and has really given us a good look each and every week. Does a great job in the weight room, big guy. I know his future goals is to join the Army. I think he's already signed up for it, and he's trying to use football to get in shape for it. And he says the only problem is, after practice, everybody's hungry, so wants to get home and eat. But he's doing a great job, working hard for us, and we really appreciate the job he does. And what a great kid, good student. Also was a member of our band for I think 2 or 3 years before he came on with us in football.
He's our final senior spotlight of the year. It's hard to believe. Time flies, doesn't it?
It sure does. Great group of kids. Great group we had this year.
We had what, 13 seniors?
13 seniors, I believe. Each and every one of them will be missed.
Yeah, knocked them all down. All right, Coach. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Coach, we'll dive into Telfair County. Big game this Friday for homecoming.
Okay.
Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics, located at 3885 Main Street in the heart of downtown Folkestone. They're Folkestone's original hometown pharmacy with 49 years serving the community. They have everything you need, including household items, prescription medications, high-tech electronics, and much more. Their experienced and friendly staff in the pharmacy and electronics department are ready to serve you. Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports. Go Indians!
All right, welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. It's Telfair County week here in Charlton County, homecoming week. Big game this Friday, Coach.
Yep, it's Telfair and it's homecoming, and it's not homecoming because it's Telfair. It's homecoming because of the date it falls on. I was asked today by someone at the school, why are we playing Telfair, such a good team, for homecoming? And the answer to that is because we always have homecoming on the next to the last home game. Last home game of the season is always senior night. Next to last home game is usually almost always homecoming. So that's, regardless of who we're playing, that's when we're going to play it. And so Telfair, Telfair County is a extremely good football team. Coach Burleson, when he took that thing over a few years ago, it just changed overnight. The whole culture did. And it came from a team that people used to look forward to playing to now a team that you look at and you say, this is going to be very difficult test for us, and it will. They have some great football players, none better than number 6, Ian Blankenship, a big 190-pound quarterback. He's been a 4-year starter for him. He's been his first team all-region quarterback a year ago. Definitely has a chance to be it again this year, if not the player of the year in the region. Ian's a kid that he can put the ball anywhere he wants to in the passing game. Very intelligent player, you can tell. And then there's also where he's equally as dangerous is in their spread offense. He'll pull the ball down and take off running with it. I understand he's a good wrestler, and you could tell he's just a very strong physical kid and not easy to tackle. He's someone that's going to take it to you. So true sense of the word, spread offense. They're going, they're going to go trips to one side, spread to the other. 5 massive offensive linemen who do a great job coming off the football and grinding you. They're going to run the jet sweep. They'll run the quarterback back off the jet sweep. They'll run the zone read against you, which, send the back one way. Quarterback reads the backside, defensive end pulls it, and he's going to go out the backside, run spot passes, tunnel screens, all that kind of stuff. The sit routes, what we call the sit routes, they do a great job in that. Really everything you have in a spread package, they do, and they do well. So it's going to be a big challenge for our defense this year. Just to give you a little something about the kind of year that they've had. The record may not be as good as they want it to be, but still it's good. It's a good record, and they played Irwin County. We know about Irwin County. We gave up 48 points to them out here in the swamp. They played Irwin County, and they had them 14-7 in the fourth quarter. They were down 14-7 with a chance to tie it up, and then Irwin County put one on them at the end, made it 21-7. But anybody that can play the number 1 team in the state like that, they're an outstanding football team. They're a top 10 football team without a doubt. On the offensive side of the ball, we talked about their ability, but on the defensive side of the ball, tremendous size, tremendous speed, and none better than number 73, Kamari Rowe. This kid, a 250-pound kid that can run. In my opinion, he's first team all-region defensive lineman. I think he may be the best defensive lineman in the region, no question about it. This kid, number 73, is explosive. Will line up on both either defensive tackle position, and they line up their base is a 4-2, it appears, 4-2, 4-3, but he'll line up over either one of our guards, and our guards saw it today on film, and of course it got their attention right away. Very first play against Irwin County, this kid knocks out the jet sweep just from the defensive tackle spot, which is something that you just don't see being done. Number 73 is as good a defensive player as we've seen. And then, of course, number 6 on offense, Blankenship, as good of offensive football players we've seen. This is going to be a physical football game. They're extremely well coached, but they're well coached in the weight room. You can tell also how strong they are, how strong their legs are, just big, physical, strong guys. They're going to hit you, knock you around. Everybody I've talked to, and I've talked about just every coach just about who has played against them thus far, and the first word that comes out of their mouth, they're physical. They're going to hit you. And I don't know how physical we are as a football team. I question that sometimes, to be honest with you. We're more of a finesse team on offense. On defense, we're not real big. We tend to play better in the open field than we do taking people on. So, of course, we got concerns about them. They got a lot of running backs that do a great job. A lot of running backs with some size and tremendous speed. Their offensive set, like I said, trip spread, a lot of twins on each side type situation. big offensive line. Each skill position is a kid that can change the scoreboard right away. So a lot of concerns there. Defensively, we don't block 73, we ain't gonna get a playoff. That kid right there is just outstanding football player. Along with number 50, defensive end is a big kid, 6 foot, 205-pound guy that can play the sweep or come down inside and stuff the run. Another great football player for him. Young linebacker, number 7, who is just a fabulous inside linebacker. This kid will stuff it. Both those guys inside are going to stuff the run, do a great job. It's a game that we're going to have to play our very best to have a shot in. We really are. If you told me, said, listen, these guys are going to run away from you, I can see why. I can see on film why that could happen. If we play well, if we play a really good football game with a lot of energy, it's going to be, it'll go down to the end, and it's going to be one of those hard-fought, typical Region 2A games that you have to win at the end.
I know we talked about it before this show, that it's going to be a slugfest track meet.
It could be both. It could be slugfest and a track meet at the same time, if you can imagine that. They're a good-looking football team, very good-looking football team, and Coach Burleson, he just does one heck of a great job with these guys. Telfair's lucky to have him, really are. They're very lucky to have him because he has changed that entire program around. Excellent football team.
I know this is one of those games where fans might go on Max Preps and look at a record, but you can't look at this record with this team. They are so much better than 3 and 4.
No, if you do go on Max Preps, I think if you can click on the little video icon next to the players' names, I believe. Don't look at the record, look at the highlights. These guys can go. Very fast, very physical football team. Like I said, I've just mentioned 2 players, and they have many others that are really, really good players, but this team is as dangerous as an Irwin County, Clinton County, anybody like that. These guys are the same kind of football team.
I know this Friday, we need this place packed Friday. I know it's homecoming, so it's going to be a big crowd anyway, but we need that crowd that showed up when we played Irwin. That
really
big,
do. We need a big crowd. We need to challenge everybody to get out here and support these kids. It makes a difference. We had a nice crowd up at Wilcox, but still, it doesn't feel the same as when you come out to your home crowd with the enthusiasm you get from it, the energy you get from it. We hopefully will have a big crowd. I tell you, I really believe Telfair will bring some folks with them. They got a good football team. We haven't played well against Telfair. They've beaten us the last few times we've played them. I think what you're going to see is a great football team showing up. It'll be a great football game to watch.
I know we have the new student section down here, so when Telfair's at this end,
yep,
they need to be loud and crazy down here. This end within bounds, within proper rules, but loud and proud down here in the student section.
Yeah, Chase Billington, he's the captain of the student section now. He's the organizer. He's the commissioner of it. He runs that thing. So I know he's already told me today that he's going to have them right and everything down there. So what a great kid. Appreciate the enthusiasm and energy he brings to our school. So I know that group's going to be excited as always, and hopefully we can get everybody on their feet in the stands with noisemakers, especially when we're on defense, not offense. When we're on defense, we really need to hear it and feel it.
All right. The Friday night, kickoff 7:30. Homecoming festivities at halftime.
At halftime, somebody's going to get crowned queen, I think, or something like that. So come for that, and I know all that's good stuff, and I know just hopefully we can have a good football game to go along with it.
All right. Thursday, we have some B team action. There's been some exciting ball games. If you want to come watch some exciting ball, I'll tell you what.
Like you and I were talking earlier, it's just this season's really winding down. We have 3 varsity football games left on the schedule, 2 of them at home, and we have some B team football because of the storms earlier in the season. Our B team schedule got really slid down and redone. So Pierce County will be right here this Thursday. Love to have a big crowd come out and watch this B-team football against Pierce County. And then hopefully turn around and an even bigger crowd come out Friday night. You better get your fill of high school football, because before you know it, it's going to be over. And we'll be waiting for it again for next year. So come out to the swamp out here Thursday, great game. Friday, hopefully a great game. And we'll get a lot of excitement going.
It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a barn burner. But I'm hoping we come out on top. I think we will.
I don't know.
I'm a fan. I know you can't say that as a coach, but as a fan, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to come out on top, Coach.
Hey, as a coach, you don't have the luxury to be a fan. You worry about each and everything, getting done and getting ready, and you look at, sometimes all you do is you concentrate on what you don't do well and what they do well. So by the end of the week, as a coach, in your mind, you're thinking, we're going to get blown out. We don't have a chance. But I know our kids are going to give a great effort, and it goes back to the Irwin County thing. And when you're playing a team that has better athletes than you or bigger than you, the only thing you can rely on is just great effort. Give great effort, and we'll see what happens.
So get up here early, tailgate, have a good time, pack the stands, and cheer the Indians on.
That'd be great.
All right. Last week, Maidens, 7 straight playoff appearance. Coach Baxter, just phenomenal job with the Maidens.
Yeah, Coach Baxter is as good a ball coach of any sport. He used to be one of my assistants, and back in the early '90s when he was one of my assistants, he was a great football coach. Now he can coach about any kind of ball it is, and he took that program to where the softball program was almost non-existent. It was slow pitch. Not a lot of wins going on. Maybe even participation wasn't what it should be. When Coach Baxter took that thing over, it completely changed overnight. Now they're a state power. They're a team that to be reckoned with each and every year. They're a team that we play in a very, very difficult softball region, similar to football. Each and every time you play in region play, you got to have to play your best, and you got a chance to get beat if you're not ready. But those girls, Lauren Albritton, our pitcher, just does an incredible job. Savannah Pollock just does a great job at catcher. I really enjoy leaving practice here on Tuesdays and going over to watching a softball game and having a hot dog over there. And it's a good time, and they do it right. They play the way the game's supposed to be played, fast and with intensity. During that playoff run here with Washington Wilkes on Friday, they had to play 2 on Friday. I think each game was decided by less than 2 runs. Maybe one was decided by 1 run and one by 2 runs. Sonny Albritton, the whole time on the way up there, I used just about all my power in my phone following the game, getting group messages from her. Those girls just do a great job, and it's hard to believe their season's already over with. I wish they started a little later so you can watch them play when the temperature drops a little bit more. But it's hard to believe their season's over. And again, what a great run they had, and look forward to a lot of those girls coming back next year and having another great year. With the girls I mentioned, of course, Sam Baxter, just typical Baxter child, just very, very good out there. Just another great player. But a lot of fun to watch. So if in the future, you ever get a chance to watch some maiden softball, you'll appreciate it and you'll enjoy it.
They did a good job. They'll be back in the spring again too with slow pitch. I believe they're going to do that again this year. So.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun to watch. Same girls playing, and the big reason I think I heard Coach Baxter say one time, the reason we're playing is because we love to compete, and that's the best reason there is to keep playing high school sports, is because you just love to compete. And that's some of the things that we're trying to get our kids to understand, and some of them are doing a great job of just competing each and every time.
All right. Quarterback club this past Saturday, that we had raffling off a grill. Gibson McDonald donated.
Gibson McDonald donated us a grill, and also they're doing the Player of the Week in the newspaper. Really appreciate Gibson McDonald for what they're doing. Christy Knox, Sean Bolden's mother, one of our starting linebackers, mother won the grill, so at least we kept it in the family and so forth. But it was a great day for us. Tammy Bell, your wife, and Judy Ray and Johnny Davis was up there the whole day. Those guys just did a tremendous job selling hats, T-shirts, old jerseys we sold, Jaguar practice jerseys, and bottles of water. So it was a good day for us, and I really appreciate all the help from everybody. People like yourself and your wife and Judy and Johnny Davis, and also Gibson McDonald for providing that grill for us, which every time we sold a ticket, that was 100% profit coming right back to us.
I know Austin Curtin and Christie actually won it. Austin broke the thing in, Coach, and he didn't invite us.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm sure they're enjoying it, and maybe we'll get a piece of meat off of it sometime.
We'll have to have a talk with him.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, anything else you want to hit on before we head out?
Just encourage everybody to come out and get your football fix on Thursday and Friday. Hopefully have a big crowd to support our kids and the band, the cheerleaders, everybody. Come out and support them, and hopefully we have a good weekend of football.
All right. We'll see everybody Thursday for B team, and then Friday, Indians and Telfair Homecoming. Big game, y'all. Can't stress it enough. We need y'all here loud. Let's pack this place. Thank you for watching the Coach Mack Show. We'll see y'all Thursday and Friday.
Thank you.